Hi everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for watching. I am so excited to be bringing you my brand new project, hashtag 365 days of samples. I am calling it that with the hashtag because I also want to bring it to Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram. My username there is shadowsmoked. I'm hoping to be sharing images on Instagram related to the samples that I'm finishing. I'd also like to see if I can get other people to join on to the sample using up bandwagon. I know that there was someone on Instagram who had started the hashtag 365 days of empties last year, and I was inspired to do a samples version because I saw so many people including samples in with their empties, and I had never really thought about that before. When I had used samples up, unless they were a fairly generous like deluxe size sample, if they were just a foil packet, I was just using it and throwing it out, or I was hoarding it. And that's what I want to get out of. Samples are really, really great. That's it. They're great. They're really useful. You get an opportunity to try products that you might not otherwise have tried. There's so many different reasons why I love samples, but the problem is I hoard them. It's kind of like I do with makeup in general. I just like having a lot of them, and I always had so many samples because I thought, well, just in case I ran out of something, I would have these samples. The problem is I'm never going to really run out of anything. Let's be real. The reason why I'm a project planner and I do the stuff that I do is because I have so much stuff. There's never going to be a moment where I'm going to be like, oh no, I ran out of primer. No, that's not happening. I'm always going to have stuff like that. And even when it comes to like shampoo, conditioner, cleansers, I'm always going to have it. So to have these for a rainy day, they were just going to end up sitting there till the point where they were going to have to get thrown away. And where I've been collecting some of these samples over the last couple of years, I figured now is the time to use them. So that's what this project is. It is going to be a year-long project of using up samples. Now, I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to go about using these samples. I thought about dumping the entire box out, and let me show you this box. This is a hefty box. And once I take the lid off, samples. It's full. It's completely full of samples. So let's just keep this here for a moment while we chat. So what I had thought about doing was organizing them, like I said, dumping this whole box out and organizing everything into like the different makeup categories and the different skincare categories. And then I thought, you know what's going to happen? At the end of the year, I'm going to be left with a stockpile of perfumes and body lotions and just the general products that I wouldn't reach for. If I was choosing everything carefully, it wouldn't be very careful because I would be choosing products that I wanted to use as opposed to the products that I need to use. So I thought that I might continue doing what I did with my sample roulette. So I just recently posted my sample roulette finale. If you haven't checked that out, please do so. But what I did with that was I chose samples randomly out of my sample box instead of pre-planning it, hence roulette. So I thought I would do something similar like that, at least at the beginning of this project. If you guys have a better idea, let me know. But what I thought I would do is try doing it weekly. So I'm going to start by choosing 7 products at random, basically one item for every day of the week. I haven't done a full count of what's in the box, so I don't know if there's exactly 365. There might be more, there might be less. It's hard to say. They stack up pretty well, these little tiny foil samples. So a lot of these foil samples are between like 1 to 3 or 4 uses, depending on the size of the foil packet. So I'm thinking I can probably get that done in a week. Now that's going to have a lot to do with my project pan and everything else that's going on, but I thought I would try it this way. I might have to do some weeks where I choose less products, or some weeks if I decide to do more, or if I decide to choose foils as opposed to deluxe size samples, because in this box I've got one-time use products, sort of like face masks, like sheet masks, and I've got foil samples which can range from 1 use and up. I've got little deluxe size samples. See if I can show you something like I mean. So I've got little deluxe size samples like this. So this is a Josie Marin Argan Oil. It's a small container, but this thing would take a lot longer than a week to use. Now, there are multiple ways to use a product like this. I could use it in my hair, on my face, etc., etc. So that's kind of the challenge for me, is to find multiple ways to use products. And I'm hoping that I will be able to find some new favorites in this. I'm also going to be keeping track of everything in my notebook. And I talked about this in my sample roulette finale. I've got 3 categories, which are possible repurchase, try again, and pass, which means that I have items that I would possibly repurchase depending on when and if I need those items. The try again, where I felt like I didn't get enough out of the sample to make a educated decision on whether or not I should purchase the full size, so I should try and get another sample of it. And the pass, which would be not going to purchase the full size and try to avoid getting samples of, if possible, because I know that there's a lot of multiple samples here. That's something I want to try and avoid. I want to try new things or get samples of items that I know I like so I can avoid purchasing the full size. Mainly I just want to downsize. By the end of 2016, my goal is to not have this box so heavy and full of samples anymore. So if you guys want to join me on this, please do, and don't feel like you have to do it the way that I'm doing it. I'm doing it randomly to start with because, like I said, I feel like I would be left at the end with a lot of products I don't really like or think I like, so then they might end up being tossed. And you never know, you might think you don't like something and then use it and like it, but I have a hard time wrapping my head around that sometimes, and I could just see myself, like, I wouldn't choose a perfume to use up every week. I'm only going to end up choosing like perfumes and body lotions at random, and then I'm going to make myself use them. So you guys, if depending on if you have a lot of samples like I do, or if you only have a few, just kind of make a goal for yourself to use them. Even if it's just 1 or 2 things, they don't last very long. I think some people think that samples will just last forever, and they don't. They have expiries too, just like your regular products. So that's one thing to keep in mind, especially with things like skincare items. You don't really want to be putting expired items on your face. Things like cards that have blush or eyeshadow on them, they will go bad. They will not work the way they should work. Just things to keep in mind. I know some people choose not to get samples from their orders. Some people use their samples up right away. I said this before in my sample roulette intro, but I'll say it again. There's not a lot of deluxe size makeup items in here. There are makeup foils in here, or makeup like cards and various like pouches of stuff. A lot of my deluxe size makeup items live with my makeup collection. So little baby lipsticks and deluxe size primers, anything that is fairly substantial like that lives with the rest of my makeup and does generally get a pretty good workout. This has a lot of skincare, hair care, perfumes, body lotions. There is a fair amount of makeup, so don't worry. So if that's the stuff you like to see used up, there will be makeup here, I can guarantee you. I know for a fact there's a lot of like lip gloss, lipstick samples, there's like blush samples, eyeshadow samples on the cards, there's little foil packets of like primers and foundation. So like there's a whole bunch of stuff in this giant box. So it's a little bit of everything. So anyway, this has been a long intro, but I just wanted to fill you guys in on exactly what this project is. Let me know if you guys decide to use up some of your samples, especially if you are going to be doing it on Instagram. Make sure to use the hashtag 365 days of samples. And if you are doing videos, make sure to let me know as well so I can go check out your video and watch your progress using up your samples over the year. So anyway, let's dive in to the box, and I'm going to do what I did with my sample roulette and choose at random 7 products. There's so many that I want to use up first that I'm like, oh, I wish I could, like, some stuff has such an odd feeling. I'm like, do I know what this is? I'm really not looking. I'm just gonna kind of toss, like I did last time, items 1, 2 onto the floor. Help me keep track, would you? Let's see, what do I got here? That's 3 and 4, 5, 6, and 7. I already already know, looking at some of these products, they are going to take a lot longer than a week to finish up. So the first thing I have here is a perfume vial. I'm going to apologize in advance because there are some things I cannot pronounce very well, and things in French are a big one. So this is L'Eau Narciso Rodriguez for her, and it's this little vial. I don't think I've used this at all. I have no idea what this smells like. Let's do a live testing, shall we? It's not bad. I always get scared with perfumes that they're gonna like immediately like make me sneeze. But this is very floral. I don't hate it. I ended up picking out 2 body lotions. I have the Wish Body Butter in Almond, and as you can see, I had attempted to use it before and had actually marked it, and I can tell you I am still right there at that mark. That's how much I have left in this product. I remember using this a couple times and liking it, because I remember it being very lightweight. Let's put a little bit on my hand there. I feel like if I commit to using the body lotions, I could probably get them done in a week. Yeah, this is pretty nice. It's not sticky. That's the thing that I don't like with body lotions, as I've said before, sticky ones. This is not sticky. And it smells like, oh, it smells delicious. It smells like almond cookies. I don't know if any of you guys have any Italian relatives, but I remember getting these like almond cookies from my Nonna when I was little, and that's exactly what this smells like. And memories. The other little lotion I have is from OPI, and its bottle's a little dirty. It is OPI Avo Juice Skin Quenchers Coconut Melon. Now this would have been a great one for the summer. I don't know why I took the top off instead of squeezing it out. I don't know what's wrong with me today. This is a little stickier. It smells good though. Makes me think about like relaxing on a nice beach. It'll be nice, I guess, in the winter time when it's like -30 and I want to cry. I can just pretend like I'm on an island somewhere. I have a makeup sample. Told you there'd be makeup samples. This is an Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder Duo. This is in the shade Ebony, which is quite dark. As you can see there, it's quite dark. But I had wanted to try the formula of these brow powders because I like brow powders. I think that they work for my brows. A few times I've used like shadows and stuff for my brows. I feel like they look a little bit better, a little bit fuller. So this will be a really good product to try. I have this Ico London Hydrogel Eye Patch for radiant bright eyes. This is one set of patches. So this says that it is a botanically infused eye patch that instantly brightens eyes for a wide awake look. Oh wow, you're supposed to put them under your eyes for a long time. It says in the back that you put them under your eye for 30 minutes. Wow. So it's in this bright, vibrant blue pack. So this is a one-time use, but it's on your eye for a long time. So I think you'll get a good indication of if it worked for you after using it. I have a little Glam Glow packet. This is the Youth Mud Tingle Exfoliate Treatment. I'm a little nervous to use this because I think this made me break out before. I can't remember though. This is why I need to keep these notes on these products, because if I had kept notes on this before and then I could check my little book and be like, do not purchase, do not use, makes you break out, or whatever little notes I put on it. So I will give this another shot because I'm pretty sure I've used it. See, that's the thing. I don't want to not use it because I think that I used it and I didn't like it, and maybe my skin has changed. It's a 10-minute facial. I've used some of the Glam Glow stuff before, so this, you put it on your face and you let it sit and then you wipe it off. So we'll see how this goes. Definitely excited and nervous to use this up. So the last item is in a little deluxe sample tube. This is, I apologize again, another French item. It's La Roche-Posay. This is a soothing repairing balm. It doesn't give any more information than that. It just says that it is a soothing repairing balm. So I'm not exactly sure if this is for your face or for your body. I'm thinking it's probably for the face. soothing repairing balm. I'll have to look into it and see if you're supposed to use it on your face or supposed to use it on your body. It seems like an awfully small tube for something that you would use on your body, but they do give foil samples of stuff that you would use on your body, so it's hard to say. I'm thinking face, but not sure. So that is everything for my hashtag 365 days of samples intro. My samples intro. Say that. I'm hoping to do this weekly. Let me know if you think that's too much. The reason I want to do that is so I don't have like a stockpile of items, and I like the idea of choosing items at random and doing my honest first kind of impressions on having to use the items on camera. What I'm hoping to do in a perfect world is I will have 7 items finished, and I will be able to give my quick recap on if I liked it, if I didn't like it, you know, my general thoughts on those 7 items, and then choose 7 more and kind of keep that cycle going until I can get through my sample box. So let me know what you guys think. Definitely like to hear your guys' feedback on this project where it's brand new. As far as I know, nobody has done this before. I know people have done sample videos where they've done videos dedicated to using up samples and talking about them. But this, I think, is a little bit different, so I'm not quite set on a format, so I can modify it in any way. It's brand new, I'm very flexible, and I'm always willing to get feedback and advice from you guys. I'm really excited to use up some samples to get through that really heavy box. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. Let me know if you're going to be joining me on this challenge over the next year, and let me know where I can find you so I can follow along. Thank you so much once again, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.